Hey Nick fans, welcome back. Want to take the time out to thank you guys for watching the video. If you haven't done so, you can please like and subscribe so every time I drop a video, you'll be notified. Really appreciate the support you guys showed on the last video that I put out. It was probably my most popular video in probably well over a year, so I really appreciated that. And so today, wanted to talk about R.J. Barrett, whether or not he's able to take over the reins as the primary playmaker. Right off the back, I feel like he's not fully ready to take on that mantle yet, but unfortunately, we may not have a choice. We don't have much of a choice right now because Julius Randle has really struggled being the primary playmaker, and then also he's had a lot of struggles with the fans, so there's a ton of pressure on Julius Randle, and so with RJ Barrett being the primary playmaker, hopefully take some pressure off of Julius Randle, and hopefully the game comes a little easier to Julius Randle, and he just has a much better time. And I think that could be a recipe for Julius Randle to have a more successful rest of the season. Would they try this for a couple of games, a few games back, when Alec Burks was running a point guard, was a starting point guard? It seems like the coach did recognize this, and so they started running more plays through R.J. Barrett. So there was a lot of points in the game where he was basically the primary playmaker for the team, and it actually worked really well. It seems like Julius was able to sort of ease into the game a lot easier. He still didn't shoot the ball extremely efficiently. I think maybe one of the games he may have shot like maybe 47%, but the other game I think he shot something like 40%. But overall, he played much. I'm sorry, he played much better with R.J. Barrett being the primary playmaker. And so we want to take a look at that. We want to see if he's ready. We want to look at the stats to see if he's really ready. And we want to compare him versus Anthony Edwards. It's both of them are guards. Play styles aren't really that similar. There's a couple of struggles that they do share a little bit, but we wanted to, take a look at just compare R.J. Barrett to Anthony Edwards, and just kind of see what R.J. needs to improve on. Right off the bat, one of the things we know about R.J. Barrett, he's really struggled with finishing at the rim, and he's really struggled with his efficiency quite a bit. So the league average in the NBA, the average field goal percentage is 45%, right? That is the league average. And the average PER in the league is actually 15, and so using that, I wanted to basically look at this R.J. Barrett stats and also comparing him to Anthony Edwards, so you guys can kind of get a pretty good idea where R.J. Barrett sits. Kind of like how he stacks up versus the competition, right? And so, like I said right off the bat, he struggles with finishing at the rim, and it's something that he really needs to work on. So if you guys look over here on the right hand side, it kind of shows all the shots he's taken within 5 feet off the rim, and so he's taken 205 shots. He's only made 112. That's about 55%, 54.6 to be exact. But the league average is about 62.3. And so R.J. Barrett is well below the average, right? And so that is something he really needs to work on that he struggles with. But let's go over and compare his stats to Anthony Edwards. And so first of all, R.J. Barrett, first thing we're going to look at is the field goal percentage. As you see, is right below 42%. And Anthony Edwards is at 44%. For the career, they're about the same in field goal percentage. But as you see here, Anthony Edwards, he was at 42% his first year, and he's improved. He's gone up to 44%. Whereas R.J. Barrett, this is his, what is this, R.J.'s third or fourth year? This is his third year, and his average, career average is 44, and now he's at 41.7. So he's actually, and we're not too surprised. We know R.J. Barrett has really struggled this year with his efficiency, and so something he really needs to work on. The three-point field goal is at 35%. It's less than it was last year. Last year, R.J. Barrett shot the three-point shot about 40% from the three-point line. And as you see here, Anthony Edwards is actually shooting better at the three-point line this year. Last year, he was about 35%. He's improved to 37%. And the other thing that's really disappointing for RJ is actually the free throws. I didn't highlight it here, but he's 68.5%. Anthony Edwards is at 80%. And so and it's been pretty it's been pretty disappointing. And this is one of the reasons why I think I've made comments before where I really think RJ isn't putting the same amount of work he put in last year in the gym. And I know he was sick certain points this season. However, he's not sick anymore. And so I just don't understand why his free throw percentage is sub 70%. That is not very good at all, especially even like when the game is on the line in crunch time. You know, he misses, he makes one of two. It feels like he's shooting about 60% or less from the free throw line, like I want to say the last 15 games or so. I don't have the stats, but it just feels like it's around 60% or below, and it's not good at all. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of think RJ Barrett hasn't been putting the amount of time in the gym as he did last year. His effective field goal percentage is only 48.2%, and Anthony Edwards is 53.4. I think the league average is something like 53 or 54%. And so if we look at PER right here, it's 13. Anthony Edwards 16.8, and the league average for the PER is 15. As a matter of fact, I think there's only two or three people on our team with a PER that's above league average. I definitely know Derrick Rose is one. The other person is Mitchell Robinson. I can't remember who the third person is. It's not Julius Randle. Julius Randle is actually below league average. His PER is below league average. Same thing, the win shares for RJ Barrett is 1.1 and Anthony Edwards is at 2.5. And the thing that's driving a lot of this is his efficiency. You know, that's really what's driving it. And it starts with him being able to finish at the rim. He's improved on it a little bit, but he still struggles with it. We have seen improvement, but he's still struggling with finishing at the rim some games, and it's something he really needs to improve. The other thing he needs to improve is the free throw percentage. He gets to the line a lot more often now because he's a lot more aggressive. Mostly because we need him to be aggressive because Julius has been struggling, and so he just needs to improve it. If he's going to be basically the primary playmaker for the team and be the leader on the offensive end, he needs to improve the free throw percentage, and that just means he needs to probably hit the gym a lot more and put up more shots. And so I want to take a closer look at basically his shot chart and by distance essentially, and compare it to Anthony Edwards' shot chart by distance. The first thing I want to do actually before we do that, both players, Anthony Edwards and RJ Barrett, both played 39 games this year, and I wanted to see how many games each of these players shot above 45% this season. RJ Barrett shot above 45%, shot 45% or better only 13 times this season. That's out of 39 games. Anthony Edwards, out of 39 games, he shot 45% or better in 16 games. So that's a little better than RJ Barrett as well. And so the other thing, if you look here, you look at the shot chart by distance, or the shot attempt by distance, and also field goal made by distance. It has a percentage here. So if you look 5 feet within 5 feet, 54.6. Anthony Edwards is at 59. So this is one of those important things he needs to work on. The other one is fit 5 to 9 feet. This is basically still in the paint as well. He's at 32.2%. Anthony Edwards is at 35.9%. Look, not for nothing, Anthony Edwards is not at league average either when he's in the paint, so he also struggles finishing at the rim. But however, RJ Barrett is a little worse, and it's just something he really needs to keep working on and keep improving on. 10 to 14 feet, RJ Barrett is 36%. 15 to 19, he's 41%. 20 to 24, he's 32%. And the thing that's even more interesting, from 25 to 29 feet, RJ Barrett is 35.7%. So that's pretty good. And same thing for Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards seems to shoot much better further out, from 25 to 29 feet. That's really interesting to see that. And then also he's got attempts from 30 feet to 34 feet. He's 40%. Anthony Edwards, the thing with this kid, he's basically he's got a lot of confidence, and he's got a lot of moxie. And boy, I tell you what, and he definitely backs it up. And he needs to thank his mom and dad, because that's usually, when kids that like are like this, they get that from their mom and dad. And so whoever the mom and dad for this boy is, they get a lot of kudos, because he's got a lot of confidence and he can back it up, and it's going to pay a lot of dividends for him and whoever, and for his team as well. And it's going to pay a lot of dividends for him in life in general. And so it's good that he has a lot of pride in himself, and and he has the confidence that he has. But going back to RJ Barrett, and so as you see here, just his efficiency numbers are just a little lower, and he really needs to work on it. And so it's just kind of to show you that RJ Barrett, although we don't have a choice to kind of have him be the primary playmaker right now, he still has a lot to work on. And a lot of times people think RJ Barrett doesn't get respect around the league. But this is one of the reasons why his efficiency numbers are extremely low, and his PER is below league average. Field goal percentage is below league average. Effective field goal percentage is below league average. Effective field goal for the league is around 53 or 54%. He's at 48%. And so he's just not an efficient offensive player at the moment. And hopefully he has improved. Don't get me wrong. I want to say the past 10, 15 games, he's gotten better, but he still has a long way to go. And so it is a good sign he's getting better, because we don't have any choice but to lean on him right now, and we're really gonna need that going forward. The other thing too is like going back to the game that they played against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, I think Anthony Edwards was like all in his head. I mean, he just had a terrible game. I think he had like 7 turnovers. He didn't shoot the ball very well. He just looked straight scared out there. Well, he didn't look it. With RJ, he doesn't show a lot of emotions, but he played like he was a little scared. You he's got a very stern, even keeled demeanor, but he definitely played like he was scared. Interestingly, though, as the game wore on, when RJ Barrett actually, especially when his defense got stronger against Anthony Edwards is funny. He kind of flipped, and Anthony Edwards was the one. He actually looked a little shook. And if you guys kind of recall that game, Anthony Edwards kind of shrank and sort of disappeared like late third quarter and basically all throughout the fourth quarter. And you can thank, you thank RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett was a big reason for that, because his defense on Anthony Edwards and also the team defense overall on Anthony Edwards did improve a lot late third quarter and in the fourth quarter. So it's, so I'm not going to say RJ Barrett basically was just shook throughout that whole game and basically say Anthony Edwards took his heart, because he actually was able to take Anthony Edwards' heart too towards the end of that game. And it was mostly because of the defense that he was putting on Anthony Edwards. If you guys remember, Anthony Edwards, he missed 2 shots. I think one of them was like an air ball from 3. And after that, it's just like it felt like he kind of disappeared from the game. And that was because of RJ Barrett. And so again, like I said, RJ Barrett, he's got a lot to work on. I don't think he's really ready, but we don't have any choice, and so he needs to do it. Because if he doesn't take the primary playmaking role, I don't see Julius Randle playing any better, and we need both of them playing at a higher level for this team to even make the playoffs if they want to make the playoffs. At this rate, the probability of them making the playoffs is very low, given like the teams they have to play, especially the second half of the season. It feels like they're playing basically top playoff. Basically, they're playing. It feels like they're playing championship, conference champion contenders, like basically all of the second half of the season. So that's how bad the second half of the season schedule is. And so, in order for us to even sniff the playing game, both of them need to play a lot better. And so this is pretty much what I have, fellas. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Comment below. I'll be more than happy to respond to your comments. Thank you. Have a good night.